Hi there, I'm Jamie Anderson. A lot of beginners approach me and they say, I'm trying to learn an instrument. Why do I still stink? Well, I'm going to answer your question here, give you some tips. And before we get started, hit the red subscribe button and the notification bell. Something very important to keep in mind. You hear yourself play all the time. So sometimes it's hard for you to hear your progress. So do this. Record yourself. I don't care how much you think you're stinking up the place. Play something that you know now, even if it takes you 3 hours to change chords, even if you're not quite there with the strum pattern, whatever the issue is, just play it, record it. Then practice every day, or as close to every day as you can. Keep a good attitude, and then a couple weeks later, maybe a month later, listen to that recording, and I guarantee you're going to hear progress. And you may still be on the stink scale, but you won't be on the stink up the place scale. You could also play for somebody who you trust, who's going to be supportive and give you honest feedback. And I don't mean somebody who's going to tear apart what you've done, but somebody who's going to recognize that after a month, you can play that song that you've been working on, that you can change chords without stopping. They're going to give you honest feedback, so that's a good thing. Don't bite off more than you can chew. We've all got lots of favorite songs we want to learn, or songs that you want to play for your grandkids or at church or whatever your goal is. Narrow it down. Take it down to maybe 2 or 3 songs. Learn one song that you're almost there with, maybe has some chords that are a little easier for you. And then choose a song in addition to that maybe has the next step up. Maybe it's a new strum pattern, maybe it's a song that's got an F in it and you need to improve your F, whatever it is. So you've got those 2 songs to practice. Start with the really easy one and then go to the one that's a little bit of a challenge. And then if you want, add a 3rd song, but don't do any more than that. Focus on those 3 songs. Once you master those, then you can go back to that long list and learn some more songs and some more techniques. If you're a beginner, stick to open chords. These are open chords. An open chord is a chord that you play that includes open strings, and in other words, strings that you're not pressing down. If you're a beginner, stay away from bar chords. However, if you've been playing for a little while and you're pretty comfortable with open chords, bar chords are amazing things. Also, for beginners, stick with strumming. Fingerpicking is very cool, but it's the next step up. So until you master strumming, you're not going to get fingerpicking. Fingerpicking is a little more complicated. But again, after you've been playing for a while, go for the fingerpicking. If you want to learn to be a lead player, don't start off with a Hendrix solo. Learn maybe a simple blues solo. I've got a lesson about how to play blues lead in the key of A, and I'll put a link underneath this video. And that means that you're learning one scale. Whoops, I missed that one note. And then there's some riffs that go with that scale. Now that may seem kind of complicated right now, but in the lesson I break it down. And it's really a pretty simple way to play. And then after you learn that simple blues solo or that blues scale, then you can go on to more complicated pieces. Play with other people. That is one of the best ways to learn how to be a better player. It doesn't matter how good you are, as long as you have a supportive group of people that you can play with. My family plays guitar, and I remember getting together with my dad and my brother and my nephew. And my dad and my brother and I have been playing for a while, and we're cruising along, playing the songs. My nephew hadn't been playing very long, so we told him, okay, you are the G chord expert. Watch one of us, and every time we get to the G chord, you're going to play the G with us. So that way he didn't have to change chords, he could only play the G chord, and that worked for him. And My nephew is still playing the guitar, and he's got a regular gig playing at an old folks home, and they really like him, and he's done lots of other gigs too. So, you know, that's where he started. He started just playing the one chord that he knows. If you're beyond playing just the one chord, if you know several chords and several songs, go to a jam session. The jam sessions are awesome. Google your city and then jam, and you'll find all kinds of opportunities to play. And every jam has its own personality. You know, some of them are a little more open to beginners than others. So find one that's really supportive of beginners and play, because what that does is you get support from other people who are in the same place. And I have met the nicest people at jams, so that's something that else you can do. So set a goal. So one of your goals could be to play at a jam. Another goal could be to play at an open mic. You know, maybe there's a local pub that has an open mic, and take 2 songs that you really like and polish them up until they're just gleaming, and take them there and play for the audience there. The open mics that I've played at, most of them have had very supportive audiences, and it's a really great goal to have. And they won't think that you stink up the place. They'll clap. Well, usually they do. And the most important thing is to practice, and practice on a regular basis. Don't go for a couple of months and then pick up your guitar again and then wonder why you're not playing so well. If you play on a regular basis, that's important. I always say that at least 15 minutes a day is good, half hour is better, an hour is also good. And if you maintain a good attitude and practice, you'll stop stinking up the place. I guarantee it. Please support me on Patreon. I make my living teaching and performing music, and that's a great way to support me. Plus, you get really great benefits like advanced videos. Sometimes I post my lessons there before I post them on YouTube, and also exclusive live streams. You can go to jamieanderson.com, and that's where you can look at and listen to my original music, and also contact me for private Skype lessons. Thanks for tuning in. It really means a lot to me.